Hi everybody, Dean Herridge here with an EROAD live of round 2 of the Bosch Motorsport Australia Rally Championship, the Forest Rally here in West Australia, and contrasting conditions from what we did in round 1 with the rain coming in sideways, cancelling a day. It's been absolutely delightful for the spectators. Hard work for the crews, drama up and down the field. Of course, we're here at the final stage, which is going to be finish our first heat and we'll award points here. And of course, the first person I expect to see over my shoulder is going to be Lewis Bates and Anthony McLaughlin. The reason they've been bumped up to car 1 on the road is because of the problem of their brother, or Lewis's brother, Harry. Of course, with his issue on stage 1, he's been in Operation Fightback. So Lewis been leading the charge on the road, first on the road, found himself coming to this stage. I think in third, we've got a little bit of not great reception, etc., but done a good job. Was not happy with his performance early on. Let's see what he's got to say at the end of the heat. Lewis made it through, leading the whole way pretty much in regards to car 1 on the road. How's it finished up?
Yeah, it's been a tricky day. Probably not super happy with my performance today, but yeah, nice to get through cleanly, and yeah, we'll reset and go again tomorrow.
Now, how did you end up? We've been a bit blinded by times here at the end of the stage. Have you ended up getting back in front of Eddie at all or not?
No, I don't think so. We pushed hard, but Eddie and Zach have done a great job today, so yeah, I think they finished in front of us for the day, but yeah, we'll try again tomorrow.
First dry running on our MRF tyres, and I know some people went with a different compound. We're limited in softs, and I'll talk to the viewers about that later. What did you do with tyres today?
We tried the soft this morning and then went on to the medium this afternoon, so I think most people did the same thing, to be honest with you. So, but overall, I think tomorrow will be all mediums.
Now we reset, of course. This is done. We go and reset all the scores tomorrow. Harry comes back into the lead part as well, but at very different stages tomorrow.
Yeah, very different tomorrow. It's going to be quite technical, and as you said, we reset. So yeah, we'll be pushing hard tomorrow to get as many points as we can.
Have you learned anything today? Have you got a bit more pace in you for tomorrow?
Yeah, I think so. We learned a lot this afternoon, so we'll try and carry that on into tomorrow morning.
All right, mate. Good luck. Well done.
Thank you.
So Lewis and Anthony there. Looked like they'll probably be third overall. Obviously not expecting Harry to be able to fight back. He was probably aiming to try and get into the top 10 around 8th. Next car through, we're expecting to be Scott Petter and Glenn McNeil, who basically led from the outset, had their own little issues, particularly in this next loop, stage 4, with having a bit of a drama with a big impact, which a few people have had throughout the day, but managed to get that sorted in the service. So good timing from that point of view has come through, and all things being equal, like I said, we're a bit blind on times, should net the heat result. So it could be P1 for Scott Petter and for Glenn McNeil. Mate, have you done it?
Yeah, done it. Yeah. Mate. Very exciting. Yeah, it's good. Look, it's been a day of adventures, but you know, it's just rallying. You just got to hang in there, and the pace is pretty good. We're pretty conservative, obviously, especially in that last one. Heard every single noise in this car in that last 9K.
Mate, we're delighted to have you back in the series, and that was your aim. You wanted to try and get a win, and you've netted it early. But what's it feel like to be coming back in there and listening to the car and trying to preserve a lead early on?
Relieved, I think the word is. You know, we've got the pace. G-Mac did a great job. Notes were perfect today. Team did a really good job, so thanks to Maximum. You know, it feels fantastic. I love this sport. It's an addiction, and I think I'm going to have it the rest of my life.
Mate, great start there. The big thing is, that's great, the relief's there. Tomorrow, full reset, mate. All the scores get reset back to 0, and it's another heat, another day.
Yeah, look, very different rally tomorrow. There's a road or stage that no one's used before. We've got 4 soft tyres that no one else has. So we need to have a good sleep tonight, maybe a spaghetti bolognese, wake up in the morning, stay off the red wine, and have a crack tomorrow.
Mate, well done to you and G, mate. Congratulations. Heat 1 winners. Keep it up for tomorrow.
Thanks, mate.
Well done, G, mate. Good job. So there, your winners there of Heat 1. They net the points, and of course, the overall result will be the combination of Heat 1 and Heat 2. So very relieved Scott Petter and Glenn McNeil, and I'd say probably Glenn McNeil's first heat win here at the Forest Rally, being a West Australian, gone and did the WRC, and of course come back to the Australian Championship along with Scott Petter. So they'll be delighted with that result. So you can see it's all about now tomorrow. Eddie Maguire, who's just coming into view now, has been running second all day, had his own small issues early on, had no intercom for the first stage and still did a magnificent job on the times. And I think he's been able to hold off Lewis, as we heard before. She'll be happy with that, with once again, not an easy day for this team. Eddie, I was just saying it's been a very interesting and difficult day for most of the teams, and you'd be probably very delighted to be here in second.
Yeah, no, it's going good. I'm really pleased with that. We had a bit of a hairy moment in there. I can guarantee there's one corner we went the fastest around. A bit of a moment mistake. I'm not sure if we got any flat tyres, but the last 5Ks felt like we had a dead flat tyre. So I don't know how we went time-wise.
I don't know the time. I don't really have much live images here. The left-hand side looks good on the tyres. And when you say that, it's of course you've said, mate, there's no one can get around that corner any faster. It's obviously been a big moment.
It was, yeah. I even said to Zach after we got through, I said, you can't go through there any faster, mate. So.
Now, for us from Canberra, you sort of probably didn't have the pace we were expecting. You were expecting, you had a local round with a few issues. That's a great reset, mate. You've had the pace early on today, even with some dramas and no intercom and things.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, I was surprised at the first stage this morning, but we did a local event in Tassie after Canberra, and we made a few changes with the car. So I think that's really paid off, and the car's so much more enjoyable to drive now.
And that's the thing. If it's enjoyable, the pace will come, and then you can start to get those little finite things done to be on the lead pace. Can you take it to Scott and maybe even Harry when he rejoins the heat tomorrow?
Whether we can do it tomorrow or not, I'm not sure. We've got a bit more to do to the car. A bit more of what we've already done would be great. And so it's still a progression. I wanted to be a bit further advanced than where we are at this point, but I'm comfortable that we've still got a lot of pace to come.
P2 for today. Lock that one away and reset for tomorrow. Well done.
Thanks, Dino. Cheers.
Good on you. Well done there to Eddie Maguire and Zach Breakey. Great addition to the ARC in the last couple of seasons, of course. We'll hopefully see his brother Stephen and Ben Cersei come through in the teammate identical Skoda. They've done a great job as well, further back in the sort of the mid-pack of the top 10. In division now, we've got Alex Rouleau, Steve Glennie. Have been running sort of fourth. They sort of probably drifted away from the top three, had a spin early. I think had a pretty big off on one of the stages as well. So a few little dramas, but becoming more and more comfortable at one. And of course, is backing up that great result, of course, in Canberra, where they did podium the overall result. So fourth for today. I can see Steve Glennie almost just talking through that stage, constantly talking about how to get more pace, be more reliable and stuff, no doubt. And Alex, it looks like it's probably P4 for today. With the incidents and a few little dramas, you'd probably be happy with that, I'm guessing?
Yeah, pretty happy with that, to be honest. This morning was pretty shocking, but yeah, I think a lot of other people had worse mornings, so can't complain too much. I think we learnt a lot today about the car. So yeah, pretty happy. Car's pretty good then. Yeah, the last two stages we're just getting into a rhythm, and yeah, hopefully we have a better day tomorrow.
It's a second year with this car, and you learned a lot last year when it was very hard to drive with, etc. Do you think some of that is sort of the new tyre? Why are you sort of learning more stuff even now?
I think, yeah, we just made a lot of changes to the car, and yeah, this surface hasn't been my best. There's not much like this surface in Australia, and we struggled last year and I was still pretty green. So yeah, I think we could probably throw away everything from last year, and it's like almost like a new event for us.
Talking about new events, tomorrow is very different in character. Would you like tomorrow's stages at all?
Yeah, I really like tomorrow's stages, so I think our notes are pretty aggressive. So yeah, hopefully the car's good and we can have a bit of a push.
Mate, well done for today. It's a great net of points again. Backing up from Canberra, so you must be happy that you keep netting the points. It's a good job.
Yeah, it's good. Not the best day, but yeah, good bunch of points.
Take it when you can. Car's straight, looking good. Steve Glennie and him becoming a great combination, obviously, and getting the pace. Steve Glennie, very good driver in his own right. You won rounds of the Australian Championship and things. He's probably one of the few people that can be such an accomplished driver, but yet sit in that passenger seat and not only call the notes really well, but at the same time, you know, be able to drive himself and be able to almost do some driver coaching, working on the car. And no doubt that's where some of Alex's reliability and speed's coming from. Here's another great story. So it's the local. So we've got Abby Hayes, who stepped back into the co-driver's seat, and of course Dylan King, a former West Australian champion, known mainly for being involved in production cars. He bought this car at the beginning of the year. It's the ex-factory Toyota car. He's loving driving it, and it's probably netted and held on to people. Did you have a bit of a sigh of relief there? I'm not sure. It's been a big day.
It's been a big day. Started off really well. We've been finding really brake issues now. The rear brakes are on fire. We come out of that last stage, so yeah.
Have you got spares? Do you know what's causing that?
We have no idea. We're talking about brake biases and stuff like brake pressures. We don't know. We're from production car. I have no idea. But yeah, so good day for us though. We're very pleased with what we've done today. So yeah.
So I hope you can get those sorted. And like you said, we keep talking about resetting. Heat 2's another heat tomorrow. I mean, if you get that sorted, you think you'd attack more, or you're just happy to keep learning this car and keep on the same?
Look, I'm really at a comfortable pace at the moment. So me and Abby working really well together. So yeah, we're happy where we're at.
So When there's no brake issues and the smile on the dial flying through the forest here in WA?
Yeah, that's it.
I got a nod from the passenger as well, so you've done a good job, mate. They're newly married, these two, so congratulations. I think they'll hopefully hang on to their P5 position overall, despite their drama. So Dylan King and Abby Hayes, and great to see them in an AP4 car. Be excellent to see this crew be able to step up and be involved in things like, you know, other rounds of the Australian Championships. It'd be quite cool to see another West Australian team making that effort to come across. So Dylan King, we think's 5. The next person we're expecting to see on the stage, of course, is Molly Taylor and Andy Sarandis. There, of course, are our lead production crew. They've been having issues. It sounds like we're repeating ourselves in regards to dramas, but lower control arm bent very early on for Molly in the stage, and then she had some misfiring issues, etc. So we'll try and get some times of this stage and overall to you shortly, as we'll look over my shoulder. This stage loops up, great spectator stage. If you've been to the Forest Rally before, sort of known as Healthways in the past, great spectator point where at the moment for this configuration, they run up over a right-hander. You can see loop around the back of the forest and then come up this sort of fast straight, and they're finishing just in front of us, of course, on this right-hander. So last stage, it's the 6th stage, 104 competitive Ks in the total for the heat. Tomorrow's a little less with a loop of 2 stages, and as we said, completely contrasting. I'm corrected. Of course, Molly Taylor was checked out of service late today, and what happens in the road order there is that the Luffs move forward and she'll hold that position. A bit why we haven't even seen Harry Bates yet. He was late out of service after his Stage 1 dramas, lost 90 minutes and now is 10th on the road. Jamie Luff, I'm always looking for this guy's smile to make sure he's a happy camper, and there it's there. Mate, looks like a pretty solid day for you.
Yeah, definitely. It was a lot of fun. I love that stage. Yeah, just awesome seeing all the spectators out there. Yeah, got through clean.
Now, it's you've done the 3-stage repeat. Did you find a little bit of form there in regards to improving the speed, or you've been talking about a lot of just being reliable and trying to get through here consistently?
Yeah, I'm trying not to do anything too silly, so I'm just trying to keep it steady. But we got through there pretty good, and I pushed a little bit harder, but didn't push too crazy.
Does that mean that you'll push more tomorrow with that reset, with everything sort of now going back to being a completely new heat?
Tomorrow's a little bit less forgiving, I think, so I'll probably be a little bit more tame. I think I'll get through there and just see how it all goes. But yeah, tomorrow I'm a little bit more cautious of.
And that's because the road character changes a lot. So from today, it feels like you've done 100 Ks, but those 2 stages loop tomorrow, they can bite you, can't they? You can't make a mistake out there.
Yeah, definitely. There's no room for error. So there's a lot of logs, a lot of things, and some very big drops on the outside, and it's quite narrow. So one little slip up can cause a big issue.
Go and check it all out tonight, mate. Make sure she's good for tomorrow, and good luck.
Thank you.
So there we go, Jamie and Brad Luff. I've got some times that have come through as well for this stage. So far, Scott Petter, the fastest through with a 5:18.2, half a second in front of Lewis Bates, 0.2 of a second through to Eddie Maguire. Alex Ruler, 8 seconds back, so about a second a K. Dylan King, and then Luff's a little slower in there, so I'm not sure if they had an actual issue on that stage. That's the stage times through here for stage 6. And of course, we're expecting probably another 4 cars away. Harry Bates, who basically after his stage 1 dramas did continue on to win most of the stages in regards to good road position, but he's got pace. So tomorrow, they're definitely looking at car number 1 in regards to overall time. So here is Molly coming through. She's, of course, the first of our right-hand drive runners. This car limping a little bit during the day. I'm trying to listen out for anything I might hear. Still doesn't sound awesome to me, to be honest. I'm interested to hear what she's got to say, but something not sounding quite right. Oh, there we go, the exhaust is, the tail shaft. The tail shaft has dropped out of the car right here on the stage. She's going to struggle maybe to get through. Mole, the tail shaft's just come out the back of the car, literally.
Yeah, it was making a bad noise like it was wanting to get out of there fast, but I don't know. We lost boost in the stage before, fixed that, lost boost again, and then it all fell apart like a kilometre before the finish, so.
Well, like I said, it's literally dropped the tail shaft out. I feel like I'm going to let you go because you haven't netted the heat yet, so good luck.
Thank you.
Just don't want to get in their way and hold them up. The car driving still, she'll probably have to have it in a locked position, but that's going to be a really hot tail shaft out the back there. And the issue she's going to have, that could be really hot, mate. So have a look at where that input comes in. She'll be dropping fluid out of that. So that's out of the back of the gearbox of that car. So there'll be a little bit of fluid coming out. She's got to try and limp it back into service to try and get that car going. And of course, the way the regulations work, she'll have to check into that final control before she's given any points at all for the heat. So a little bit of drama there for Molly. I don't want to hold her up too much. Make sure she gets down in there, see if they've got a spare tail shaft in there in the first place to be able to try and put in that car to fight back tomorrow. It seems like every stage today she's had some form of drama. So yeah, so she's probably pulled over down the end there. We've sort of got a Colin there, our official, just helping us to pull over, reset, and try and limp that thing back. We're only probably 10 Ks from the service. So, and a flying Tom Clark comes in the vision. Chat to Tom, who's had a good day on the contrary. A few little dramas in stages 2 and 3. Solid, 4th quickest in the first stage of the day. And showing some real speed. And just see how he's gone through there. Oh, there you go, true, that's a good point. Carbon shaft in Molly's car is what he just said, which is true. So all the fibres hanging out the back of that. Tom Clark, how's that one ended up for you?
We got a flat about halfway through that last stage, so cost us a bit, and then we got stuck behind Harry's dust, so that's pretty much day done for us, which is a bit disappointing, but it's the way it goes.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow that, mate. Like you said, you're just showing glimpses. You just want to nail stage after stage, but it's all there. Surely you can get it done tomorrow, mate.
Oh, mate, I think the speed's definitely there. There's a bit more on the tank, but yeah, like little things like this, it happens. I think we just stumped a rock and blew the rim out, so it is what it is. Disappointing.
Yeah. This is such a machine to drive. I know you came from Production Cup. You and your company support the Production Cup. When everything's going right, what is this thing like to be driving through the forest? It must be pretty awesome.
Oh, mate, it's unreal. It's one of those things. It's an absolute pleasure to drive, and you get into that real rhythm. It's made it just unbelievable. So we had a couple like that today where we've just had really good rhythm, and then made a mistake or had something go wrong. So look, like I said, that's rallying, and we'll keep pushing along and see if we can get some time back.
Team have been working hard for you, though, haven't they, to make sure you're here in one piece. And the car, when it's going, the setup's good. The damage from the shakedown hasn't affected the way the car's been handling?
No, not at all. Look, all cosmetic, so we're really lucky there. The boys did a fantastic job. Look, they spent about 26 hours on the car in 2 nights. So big effort to make sure it came and looked half pretty. So, mate, yeah, big shout out to the team of what they produced in those couple of nights.
A magic job, mate. Go get it tomorrow. Tomorrow's your day, okay?
No, thanks, Dean.
Showing some real pace in the forward, and I want to see a smile on his dial after a great effort. It's giving us a fair bit of his time there as well. Stephen Maguire comes through in the sister or the team car to his brother Eddie. I'm not sure, like I said, a little bit blinded by results on it, but we'll see. How has that day ended up, mate?
We're here, we made it, luckily. It wasn't quite our day, but massive day in learning with old Evo habits and things, but I think we're moving forward. I think we'll be right.
So tell us one thing that you would feel like's an overhang from a production Evo to this car that you're finding you're having to really try and make sure you stay on top of.
Look, having trust in this car with the grip, you know, they're sideways a lot more. I tend to drive the old Evo fairly trying straight, which is a fair bit of left foot braking, and I don't need to do it with this. I've just got to trust the grip, and yeah, we'll get there.
So in some ways it's a real change of commitment to the way you drive the car, but these things give so much being a really dedicated rally car, don't they?
Absolutely, they're fantastic, and they are an easier car to drive to a production car, but you've got to have your wits about you because they'll go around on you quick.
And the thing is, when you've got the calibre of drivers in the ARC, they might be easy to drive, but to hustle them to the fastest stage time, you've got to be on it.
Absolutely, there's some fast guys up in front, and I'm hoping we can get there soon.
You're doing well, doing an awesome job. Congrats for today, it looks great, and we'll see you out there tomorrow.
Thank you.
Steve Maguire, Ben Searcy on board, co-driving another one of those I talked about Steve Glennie, talented drivers. Ben Searcy, actually a West Australian rally champion driver in his own right in an Evo that he's driven, and a very accomplished co-driver at that. And here he is, car number 1. He's been on Operation Fightback. We'll see him try and get an update on where he's got back to in regards to an overall result after that horrible first stage. Harry, you've got a calculator, you know where you might be getting back to? I don't have much coverage out here.
Before that one, we were 1 behind Steve Maguire and I think 7 behind Dylan King. So they were sort of my goal for that one. But yeah, anyway, it is what it is. Hopefully we might have snuck in a top 5 for the day, which all things considered would be a really good outcome.
And I think you'd be pretty delighted with that. You and I spoke pretty much halfway through the heat, and you probably thought you might be lucky to get to 8th, depending how everyone had a run in the afternoon.
Yeah, I mean, I guess we had a good turn of speed after lunch and managed to show in both Helium and also in Ellis there that even on a sweat road, you know, we still had the pace this afternoon against the others. So that's sort of a nice feeling going into tomorrow at this point. I'll be interested to see what time Scott, Eddie and Lewis did in there. They've sort of been the pace guys. But yeah, not the day we wanted, but I think I can be happy with the outcome if if we've got a top 5 or a top 6.
And that can be championship defining because it's about collecting points. You cannot drop a heat here.
Yeah, that's right. And if I look at Canberra, we were the only ones who really had a sort of clean, perfect event. Everyone else was a bit up and down in terms of, you know, event points and power stage points. So I guess, yeah, it's not about the good days. It's about how you fight on the bad days. And today, I think Coral and I have fought back half okay. So, yeah, it's all right.
Great job. And, of course, you do reset for tomorrow. It's all square. And the pace you're showing, you'll be out there fighting and making sure you can try and get a heat win.
Yeah, that's it. Tomorrow's another really tough day, but I'm looking forward to it.
Well done for today. Was really hard on himself in that regard. So there you go, car number 1. And that probably wraps us up here at the end of stage 6 on our EROAD Live. There's going to be more coming. You can see everybody talking about what Heat 2 is going to be like here on round 2 of the Bosch Motorsport Australia Rally Championship, the Forest Rally. Be with us tomorrow. Follow the socials. And, of course, there's going to be more points on the line on the Galvanised Insurance Power Stage tomorrow.